Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Mariota back at it again with another video. Your boy is finally back here, back to work, getting things started, man. As you guys know, I was in Las Vegas for the past couple of days. Shout out to my boy Raider Cody. Also, shout out to my wife for coming along with me and enjoying the vibes out there. And shout out to you guys, the Raider Nation out there that came by, showed your boy some love. And it was nice meeting a lot of you guys out there, man. Especially getting to meet the GOAT, Charles Woodson, as well. Overall, Las Vegas was a vibe. We had a good time. And on top of all of that, it just feels really good right now to come home with that W. So with that being said, before I do get started with this actual game recap, I do got some quick nation news that you can use. Now, as awesome as it was to come back, take that victory on Monday Night Football on primetime in front of the millions and millions of Raider fans watching at home, we had some not so good news. And speaking of good, no pun intended, let's talk about Denzel Good. Denzel Good has suffered a torn ACL and will miss the remainder of the season. He honestly looked really devastated, and I feel bad for this guy. He tweeted, "I was too upset and frustrated with myself to say anything earlier, but I'm so thankful for the support and well wishes from my teammates, coaches, current and former, family, and the Raider Nation, of course. I promise I'll give everything I got to come back stronger than ever." And the injury bug does not stop there, because we have a couple more players that also went down. Gerald McCoy suffered a knee injury and Yannick Ngakoue with a hamstring. These two players could possibly miss multiple weeks. This is a huge blow for our defensive line already, but that depth that we've been talking about over the whole offseason will be put to the test early in the season. And it does kind of suck as of right now, but hopefully we could go into week 2 and still have a dominant defensive line out there. Jeez, I mean, in the second half of yesterday's game, we still held it down. So I'm really optimistic to see what we do going into Pittsburgh. As for my big O's, Marcus Mariota, he re-aggravated his quad after breaking for a 31-yard run, which really does suck, because I was so happy to see Jon Gruden at least utilize Marcus Mariota out there, especially on a QB option so early in the game. But the fact that he went down on the very first play that he was out there, it just really frustrates me, because it just seems we could never see this guy on the field. And Jon Gruden came forward and stated today that he was actually planning to use him a lot more in the rest of the game, but we had to change that up when he went down. There is also some reports out there saying that Marcus could very well be out for multiple weeks as well. But I guess it's not that bad, because we still do got the GOAT, Nathan Peterman. Also, a player that I was kind of confused with being a healthy scratch earlier in the game was Clelin Ferrell. As we came to find out today, Jon Gruden did say that he was not a healthy scratch, saying that Ferrell re-aggravated his back injury in pregame warmups. The Raiders actually wanted to play it safe and make him inactive. But with that being said, Clelin Ferrell will most likely play in this week's game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, so that's good news to hear, especially now knowing that Gerald McCoy and Yannick Ngakoue could miss multiple weeks. It's a good thing that Cleve's going to be back. I mean, he could definitely help out this defensive line. And since I'm talking about the defensive line, the Raiders have signed defensive lineman Damian Square off of the Bears practice squad. Square, at 32 years old, appeared in 92 games, starting in only 24, where he tallied 120 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 17 QB hits, 6.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 9 pass breakups. Now, obviously, this is a depth signing, especially for a defensive line that just lost 2 players. So, I mean, I'm not expecting much from him, but we'll see in the coming weeks what Square can do on this team.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now let's get on with the actual game. Monday Night Football. Millions and millions of people are actually watching this game. The Raiders versus the Ravens. Raiders obviously the underdogs. A lot of people rooting for the Ravens to win this game, but no. The Raiders did not want to give up that easily. And early on in this game, this offense didn't really look good, to be honest with you guys. I was really hyped up to see my Oos Marcus Mariota go out there and, run a play, and he had a 31-yard run, a huge play. I thought the momentum was going to be in the Raiders' hands. But most of the drives that we started off with ended on 3 and outs, and we couldn't really move this offense at all. And one guy out there, that Derek Carr, was hyper targeting a lot was our guy Darren Waller. And shout out to Darren Waller. It was a birthday yesterday, and he got a lot of love from our quarterback Derek Carr. Had 19 targets, had 10 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. Which, I mean, if you have one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end in the NFL, why aren't you going to target him? I mean, I would. Shit, if I was the Ravens, I would have double, triple teamed Darren Waller from the jump. I mean, that's all Derek Carr was doing in the beginning of the game. We honestly didn't see much of Henry Ruggs, Brian Edwards, even Zay Jones out there. They didn't get no love at all in the beginning. It was all Darren Waller every single play, every single drive. And I thought that this playbook was just fucking stale, and I was kind of getting pissed off because I was like, bro, we got other weapons out there. They know he's gonna go to Darren Waller, and Darren Waller dropped a couple of plays out there. He tried to even get a one-hand grab, but you know, you seen Derek Carr on the screen, you know, saying, yo, use two hands, man. But Derek Carr as well was kind of pissing me off in the beginning because he was overthrowing guys, throwing the ball behind guys, and he wasn't putting it right in their hands. Heck, even my boy Henry Ruggs, the guy that I've been hyping up a lot in the beginning, looked kind of scared out there, man. He dropped a couple of balls as well. But one guy other than Darren Waller that came through for us over and over and over again when we needed him to was Hunter Renfrow. Third and Renfrow. When third down came up, we already knew who we were going to, and it was Hunter Renfrow, and he came up clutch on a lot of those catches. And man, let's talk about that run game. Our run game looked pedestrian out there. For a team that was really good on the ground last year, man, we started off slow running the ball. I don't know if it was the offensive line or our running backs, but it didn't really look too good. Josh Jacobs, who I didn't think was going to even play in this game, was playing on an injured foot. I mean, he went down early in this game, had to change up his cleats, came back and tried to finish off the game. So I do like that from Josh Jacobs. You know, even though he's a bit hurt, a bit banged up, if he ain't bleeding, he's out there trying to get touchdowns, trying to run the ball, run the rock, get those first downs. And in this game, he got the first touchdown. And moving on to the Ravens, they went up early in this game. They took the lead. I think it was like 14-0 at the time. And I was like, man, we are not doing anything out there. But our defense, man, our defense came through on a lot of drives, man. I mean, they gave up a lot of big plays here and there, gave up 2 touchdowns early, one to Tyson Williams on 4th and 1. And speaking of the defense, I want to give a shout out to KJ Wright on that 4th down stop early in this game. It was a huge play for the Raiders, gave the Raiders the momentum to drive down the field and kick a field goal, going down 14-10 in this game. Now in the second half, in the third quarter, the Raiders did not do too much. That whole quarter was ran by the Baltimore Ravens, and we couldn't do nothing on the offensive side, just punt. I mean, shout out to AJ Cole because he had some really nice punts out there, but I don't want to see AJ Cole out there. I want to see touchdowns, and we did not do that at all in the third quarter. But come fourth quarter, oh my goodness, that's when everything started turning up on both sides of the ball for the Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Quentin Jefferson, man, had a huge strip sack, which set the Raiders up for a 15-yard touchdown by Josh Jacobs, tying the game up at 17 apiece. But the Ravens came right back, driving down the field and scoring a touchdown with Latavius Murray, ironically on his former team. It is 24-17, and I'm like, come on, man, we got to go out there and at least answer right back, and we did just that with a nice Darren Waller touchdown. And at this point, I was really worried with our team that we were going to come through, especially on the defensive side, to at least try to get the lead or at least tie this ball game up to go to overtime. But the Ravens ended up kicking a field goal, putting them up 27-24 with only 35 seconds on the clock. And at this point, I was really worried with this team. I didn't know if we were going to come through. You know, we only had a couple of seconds. Could we drive down the field and score a touchdown? Heck, could we even go down and get a field goal? And the answer to that question is, yes, we can, man. When the game is on the line, who do you count on the most? Our quarterback, Derek Carr. Every single game where Derek Carr gets tested at the end of the game to go out there and ball out, he actually shows out. And in this game, Derek Carr was able to get 2 quick completions, stopping the clock and getting Daniel Carlson ready for that field goal. And shout out to my boy Carlson for that huge 55-yard field goal to tie the ball game up, taking us into overtime. And oh my gosh, the anticipation is running at an all-time high. But going into overtime, man, it was such a crazy ending to this game, man. Derek Carr finds Brian Edwards on a 33-yard play. We all thought it was a touchdown, so we were all celebrating. It looked like it was done. The players was going out there shaking hands, and I'm like, all right, this is done. Then they replay the actual play, and it looks like Brian Edwards was actually down at the 1-yard line. So I'm like, come on, man. Let's end this game off. Just run the ball down the middle. Don't have to do anything fancy. But the Raiders, being the Raiders, Derek Carr tried to go in. He didn't get it, I guess. I thought he did. They tried to throw a ball down to Hunter Renfrow in the end zone. He didn't get it. And on top of that, our first round pick in Alex Leatherwood had a false start penalty pushing us back. And on the next play, Derek Carr tries to hit Willie Snead on an open route, but Willie Snead tips that shit up in the air, and it's an interception by the Ravens. And oh my gosh, my heart dropped. It felt like I died inside my body. And man, at that point, I thought everything was done. I was like, man, we lost this game. We really fucked this game up, man. At the end of the game, to really throw it away like that, did we really choke this game away? We really had to depend on our defense to come through for us, something that we have never done in the past couple of years. Heck, last year, I told you guys, there was a lot of games, 3 games that we could have easily won if our defense came through for us, at least had one stop. And I'm actually proud to say that our defense actually came through for us when we needed them to the most. Shout out to Carl Nassib having a huge strip sack on Lamar Jackson. But the Raiders, you know, in Raiders fashion, couldn't just go out there and kick the field goal and win this game. No. We had a delay of game, and we scooted our asses back a couple of yards and putting us out of field goal range. So we had to put the offense right back out there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what can happen right here? I was at this time, I was really nervous. I still didn't think that we were going to win this game. I didn't even know if we were going to drive down again. All I got to say is never, ever doubt our quarterback Derek Carr. Now I do got a thing or two to say about that hair, but that's another story for another time. Speaking of moment mentality, my boy, my dude, everybody that has been disrespecting this dude, saying that this dude does not got it, well, I'm here to tell you that my boy Derek Carr got it, because he ended this game off in style, in Kobe fashion, with a fadeaway throw to Zay Jones for the game-winning touchdown, a walk-off touchdown, and my boy Carr was out there letting them know that it was over. Checkmate, we won, baby. You don't know the feeling I had. My voice was almost gone. I know that the Raider Nation in Allegiant Stadium was going wild out there, but to finally win the game in the fashion that we won it, oh my gosh, I would say this was the game of the week. So far, the game of the year. And these are the type of games that you want to win. These are the type of games you want to go and start the season off, because it gives you that momentum throughout the whole season. Now, I know next week is not an easy one as well, but going into that game with the W, shit, who can stop us? Nobody. So overall, man, I was just so excited. I was so happy that we went out there and against all odds, we took that W and we just won. Baby. Shout out to our quarterback Derek Carr, man. He put together a huge performance for us, completing 34 passes on 56 attempts for 435 yards, which means he's the league leading passer in week 1 so far in the NFL. Just thought I'd let y'all know. Also had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, which wasn't his fault, and was sacked 3 times. Man, I know I was hyped, but Raider Nation, let me know what you guys thought about this game. How were you guys feeling? Were you guys out there stressing out as well? Shit, I seen John Gruden's interview out there saying that he died, woke up, died again, and woke up.
Thing like this in your career?
I died and woke up and died again, and I was like a cat. I had multiple lives tonight. I don't like playing like that. It was tough, but again, we did a lot of really good things to win that football game tonight.
But in Raider fashion, we just ended up taking that W by any means.
My neck in my back.
Woo-wee! My goodness, I'm happy that I could do a my neck and my back segment, because after that game, I was almost thinking that we weren't going to have one. There were so many plays that went on in this game, so many different situations that I could have put on this segment. But for the my neck and my back play of the game, I got to give it to my boy DC, to Zay Jones, for that fadeaway game-winning touchdown to win it all in overtime in front of the millions and millions of fans watching at home. Roll the clip.
Gonna throw. Drake picked up the pressure all along with Zay Jones, and he will prance into the end zone.
My neck in my back. Hey, Derek, you don't know what you just did to me, boy.
Man, I still can't believe we came away with that W, man. And Derek Carr, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Put some respect on my quarterback's name. That's all I got to say. Put some respect on my quarterback's name.
MVP. Up in there, got 1-6 rings. We must stomp a pussy.
Now for the MVP of the game, I know there's a lot of different players that you could go with. You know, you could possibly go with Darren Waller. You could probably go with Zay Jones for that game-winning touchdown. You could possibly even go with that quarterback, Derek Carr. But no. I got to go to the defensive side of the ball. I got to go with the Condor. I got to go with Mad Maxx Crosby. My boy was all over the field, getting to Lamar Jackson. Even with Yannick Ngakoue going down early in this game, my boy Mad Maxx Crosby came out there and still showed out there. And he really went out there, put a lot of pressure when we needed him to on Lamar Jackson. He had 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 4 quarterback hits. So shout out to Mad Maxx Crosby, the Condor, for putting in that work yesterday, leading the charge. Even with Yannick Ngakoue out or even in the game, he was leading the charge on that defensive line. And he has a bright future with this team. But do you guys agree with my MVP of the game? Who is your MVP of the game? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this game recap video. I know it's a bit late right now, but who cares, man? I got home not too long ago, and if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you guys love the Las Vegas Raiders and want more content on a daily basis, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. I will be posting my vlogging video that I took in Las Vegas, possibly tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. But man, I had a great time out there. It was a blast, man. Shout out to my boy Raider Cody for coming through for your boy. And we had a great show. And if you guys didn't check it out, go and check it out. And if you guys are not subscribed to my boy, go follow Raider Cody at his YouTube channel. But with that being said, until the next video, Raider Nation, this is your boy Samoan Raider. And your boy is, yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.